I'm Irene Kinuthia, and I'm the Director of Executive Coaching at Strathmore Business School. If you look at the International Coach Federation, their definition of coaching is the partnering of two individuals in which the client, who is the coachee as is popularly known, partners with the coach to create new solutions to existing problems. So what coaching does is moves the coachee forward by looking at the current situation, helping them set a goal and putting systems in place that will help them achieve that goal. The essence of coaching is actually just to achieve results. Of course, in a coaching conversation, the agenda lies with the coachee, with the client. The coach never brings their agenda, and even if the client is sponsored by the organization, at the end of the day, they are the ones who drive the conversation. They are the ones who drive the agenda. There are two ways we can look at that. One is the individual themselves, because coaching is a contract that should have a beginning and an end. It is not a non-ending conversation, especially if it is a demand-based conversation where the person says, I would like to be coached. So they come in, you contract for a period of time with a certain end in mind. Okay, and when that end is achieved, the coaching contract should end. Now, the great thing is that when you go through a coaching process, you somehow learn how to ask yourself those questions in a way that you can self-coach yourself through a different challenge. The other way you can look at it is a company developing a coaching culture within the organization in a way that all managers are given at least basic skills to adapt the coaching leadership style. So it's a whole style in itself, and once you learn how to just manage your team by asking questions rather than telling them what to do, it becomes very natural, and you pass that on to the next manager as you pass any other management technique. The world over, it's really been growing tremendously. In the region, and the region meaning Africa and more closely East Africa, people are picking it up because from research you actually realize that training in itself, which is a great intervention, and a learning organization can never rule out training, but it actually changes behavior by only 22%. And that's when you assume that everybody who has sat through that training has made an effort to adapt the new knowledge. So with them adapting the new knowledge, behavior changes about 22%. When you include coaching as a following up intervention, that moves to 88%, where you actually see that the knowledge that is put into practice in the organization shifts from 22% uptake to 88% uptake. Now that's a great big leap. And then the other thing why, again, organizations are seeing it is that they have pumped in probably a lot of time and money to keep training and to run performance management systems, and the change is not coming. So you have to do it the next day, the next year, or whatever else. So they have seen that through coaching, you can actually get somebody to make that shift. So either individually or as teams. I am seeing coaching becoming more and more the one thing that organizations will seek to have. They'll probably blend it with mentoring in a way that the older generations will pass on certain key skills that the incoming generation needs, but we'll also have something called reverse mentoring, where the younger generation may actually have information that the older generation needs to keep the organization afloat.